Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the trading setup and the market strategies you need to follow for this fresh and new day. Now remember, bulls have regained control right after a brief pause in the previous session, and as anticipated, the Nifty has now extended the momentum and crossed the 25,200 mark as well. Now what's also going to be probably important for the markets to see whether this sentiment will continue is the talks, the positive talks between US and India with regards to the trade as well as the bilateral relations as well. Remember, it's also Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 75th birthday. Prime Minister Modi has also thanked President Trump for his birthday wishes for Prime Minister Modi on Truth Social. And what we've also seen is that both the leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Donald Trump, on their social media platforms have underscored closer India-US cooperation as well. US and India have also said that the trade negotiations, at least the talks on the future trade negotiations, have been positive. Remember, yesterday we had the chief negotiator of the US in India to talk about as to what could be the way ahead for the trade talks going forward. It was a 7-hour meeting and both the sides have agreed to intensify the efforts to reach a deal going forward from here. And like you are seeing, the tweets of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on your screens right now, and what Donald Trump wrote on Truth Social as well, you will be able to see that both the leaders are making constant efforts to now look at how they can take US-India relations to the new heights as well going forward from here. So that's going to be a clear sentiment driver in trade today. We will also be playing with for you, in a bit of time, all those bites from top India Inc. leaders as they are sharing their own Modi story on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 75th birthday as well. We will be playing that shortly for you, but let's try and understand how the global trade setup is. Globally, remember, investors are also awaiting the US retail sales data that will come later tonight. Of course, the Federal Reserve policy decision that will come tonight, and of course the markets will be reacting to it tomorrow. And markets are already penciling in a first rate cut since 2024 as well. So that's something that we will be looking at. Now remember, markets will also be gauging if this is a one-off rate cut or the start of an easing cycle yet again. Now, overnight, what we've seen on the US markets, after a consistent rally, they've taken a pause on the record run that they had been seeing. S&P 500 marginally dipped lower, 0.1%. We also did see the Nasdaq edging just about mildly lower by 0.07%. And the Dow Jones also falling just about 125 points in trade. Asia Pacific markets are trading largely mixed in the early trading session, most of them on the negative side following the losses on the Wall Street as well. And of course, with some nerves on the edge as to what will be the outcome of the US Federal Reserve two-day policy meeting as well. So that's something that we have as overnight and the early morning trading action from the Asia markets are concerned. Of course, we'll be looking at a lot of own sectoral moves and news flows that will be impacting several stocks and sectors as well. But let's welcome our guest on board. We have with us Mr. Gaurang Shah, who is joining in on this platform with us. He is the Senior Vice President of Geojit Investments. Warm welcome to you, Gaurang, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this conversation. Let me start off by understanding from you what you make of what's been transpiring between the two leaders of India and US as far as the hopes of renegotiations on the trade talk is concerned. How would you look at it?
Thank you, Sakshi, for hosting me this morning in the show. Good morning to all the viewers of BTTV as well as to you and your entire team. And of course, wishing the Honorable Prime Minister a very happy birthday. Hope he stays hale and hearty, and God bless him for whatever he's done, what he's doing, and what he's likely to do in the future. A small disclosure before we go ahead, all recommendations that I'll be giving on the show are a part of our research team recommendations. Our company Geojit or we do not have any personal investments, no financial interest, no conflict of interest. And we give similar recommendations to our clients. They might possibly hold their investment interest. So I think yesterday we had the first round of renegotiation with respect to the lead negotiator from Trump administration landing in India late Monday evening, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday's conclusion, the statement made by him was that it was a positive move, and there is all possibility that further negotiations are going to be concluded in a positive manner. And possibly once both the sides agree to a framework of the trade agreement or tariff trade agreement, Sakshi, they will be signed, sealed, and delivered. And I guess then we'll put everything to rest. Some of the conditions that I read that has been put forward by India is that first of all, withdraw the additional 25%
Yeah,
tariff. Point number one. Point number two, there is a red line drawn between agri and aquaculture and dairy. There is absolutely no chance of renegotiating it. We are not going to give
yeah,
into all these three sectors specifically. So I guess possibly since yesterday's round was successful, so in principle these conditions that were put forward by India have been met with. This is what I'm assuming. Of course, nothing is
yeah.
clear. So let's see how everything takes forward. But yeah, on the markets, well, I think we all should have a smile on our face that despite whatever has happened in the last maybe about 3 months, 6 months, or maybe more, especially post tariff and the tantrums that we were listening into, we have held our head high. We
Yes.
have not stooped to the lows that some of the
Persuasion.
sidekicks of Trump administrations and the comments that they were making. Our external affairs minister, only one person was more than enough to answer the entire team of Trump administration. And my sense, Sakshi, is that we should possibly be moving towards 25,500, if not this week, then at least by next week. This is my gut feeling.
Okay, 25,500 is coming. If not this week, then next week for sure. 25,283 in the pre-open take is what we have, at least for now. And you rightly pointed out that, we have drawn red lines as far as protecting our own domestic sectors are concerned. And, hopefully the negotiations will be taking all of that into consideration as well. I think the ticking point, towards the end of the negotiations, the last round that we saw was stalemate as far as India buying Russian oil is concerned. That was not even
Okay.
as part of the trade talks or anything to do with the tariffs at all. It was a completely non-trade, point that US government has been consistently raising, and where we've made our stand clear that, when the other countries are also doing trade with Russia and they are not being penalized, why is India being singled out, and why is the treatment to us being so unfair? What is your sense when it comes to this key aspect? Will this be resolved? I think that's more important to understand right now.
Sakshi, I think that, okay, yeah, you were absolutely right. I forgot to mention that point that we will continue buying Russian oil. And look, how much are we buying? I mean, how many times we have to put the reality mirror in front of them? China is buying more than what we are doing.
Yeah.
NATO, European Union is buying more than what we are doing. And what I heard and what the Honorable External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, mentioned that whatever we buy for the entire year, China and EU buy it in 3 months or 6 months. So, I mean, see, and Trump himself had mentioned that tariffs on India are intended towards arm twisting Russia to possibly come around and sign a peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine. I think everything is bombed for him. To be very honest, uh, I'm sorry to say this, Sakshi, but being a president of a developed country and one of the most powerful nations on this face of earth, you first go out and say that you will be the source to end the tension in Middle East. Nothing has happened. In fact, situation has escalated over there. The way Israel is going on flattening Gaza. On the other side, the great Alaska meet, I think it was all smoked out by Putin. He's in fact become more aggressive now. He's reached to Poland and Romania, God knows which country, those drones have gone and landed. And as far as Ukraine is concerned, the situation is worsened over there. And now he's putting his hands up in the air saying, this is not my war. Brother, then why did you start all this mess? I mean, it's a common sense. I mean, it's really sad to say that. But to answer your question, Sakshi, I think it was purely intended towards some advice that was given by some jokers, some sidekicks in the Trump administration, and for some reason, President Trump had lost his wisdom and fine sense of judgment, and he went by whatever it is happening. But let me say this, Sakshi, given the kind of market behavior that we have seen for the last 2 weeks at least, especially for the last 10 days, my sense is that certain sectors will stand out tall. My personal view, Sakshi, is that okay, 22nd is next week, September, when the implementation of GST will happen. We'll have further more data points. Of course, this 25 basis rate cut by Fed is factored in. Trump made a statement that he's expecting a big bang rate cut. Now, I don't know what's going to happen over there, but anything, we'll just see. My main focus will be on 10th of October when the earnings season will unfold. And I think that will be a great driver for the markets.
That'll be a great driver for the markets, all right. So focus back on the earnings, focus on the domestic themes and how they are going to be driving the markets upwards, and that's going to be a clear focus as well. Like you rightly pointed out, September 22nd, Gaurang, that's what we are looking at when finally the GST rate cuts will be into effect. We've already seen a lot of sectors, especially the ones in auto and, some of the consumer goods industries, maybe the leather goods like Bata, or some clothing related companies. They've already come out of by saying that they are committed to passing on 100% benefit to the customers, to the end consumers at large. How are you looking at this festive season? Will it be a record breaking one in terms of the sales, of the volumes, and therefore how should one be really looking at autos, consumer durables, FMCG at large then?
Well, positive on all, but as far as GST relief is concerned, what I understand, I don't know how far I'm right or wrong, Sakshi, but garments and footwear are going to be limited to the price tag of 2,500 or 2,000 rupees. I'm not sure about it. This is what I read somewhere. Having said that, I think minus this, of course, you will have much more positivity. We are positive on Bata since you mentioned about footwear, positive on Bata. FMCG, where you can't use your discretion, which you have to spend for daily consumables or monthly consumables. So you have names like HUL, ITC, Tata Consumer, Godrej Consumer, Dabur, Marico. On discretionary spend, which you may spend in the future, consumer durable appliances, white good appliances. So you have names like Blue Star, Voltas, you have names like Havells India, higher end category, if you will, Titan company amongst gems and jewelry. Other than this, my sense, which I have always been positive, Sakshi, defense, cap goods engineering, power generation, and cement, along with, of course, the entire BFSI segment. Keeping in mind the second quarter earnings, I think these sectors would be in focus, and they would be the sectors where a lot of people will be keeping their spotlight on. So my sense is that definitely look at these sectors from investment perspective.
Absolutely. Let me just mark out for our viewers how the markets have settled in the pre-open trade. 25,276, 37 points higher. So we are looking at furthering the move that we've carried on yesterday. All the sectors seem to be opening with positive moves. We could also see names within a large part of commodities construction basket as well on the move. Coal India, Ultratech Cement could be in focus. Adani Group stocks could be in focus. You're seeing Tata Consumer Products also back in action. Real estate, metals could also be in focus. IT could be also looking to pick up some pace yet again in trade today, and the broader markets participation may also continue to pull up as well. So that's something that we are going to be clearly watching out for. But the PSU space stocks, those that have been on the radar for the last couple of sessions, that's something that we're going to be keeping a keen eye out on. Even in trade today, be it railways, be it defense, and be it the other power related and OMC related stocks as well. So let's try and understand that with Gaurang. Gaurang, defense move that started off yet again on a smart rally. We've seen HAL, BL of late rallying smartly. We've seen MTR Tech. A lot of these stocks that are again pulling up pace on the back of again a lot of order flows that are coming in. And railways are also, after being in slumber for some time, have started to pick up some pace again on the back of order flows. What are you watching out for in these two sectors particularly?
So if I have to start from the second sector, you mentioned railways. Yes, positive on the sector. Titagar Rail Systems is the company on which our research team has a positive coverage. Other than that, of course, we saw this morning also. I was watching Railtel, if I'm not mistaken, has got some
Yes.
orders. So, Sakshi, here is the fact: a long-awaited change of face and change of credibility uh, has already been on ground for some time. We've had more upgradation of coaches. We've got high capacity locomotives. We've seen a very recently induction of hydrogen train, locomotive rather. We have witnessing many more launches of Vande Bharat, soon to be reality Mumbai Ahmedabad Mumbai bullet train corridor, dedicated freight corridors, upgradation of railway stations, etc., etc., etc. So, and of course, resolving the last mile connectivity issue for railways. I mean, this is not a project which the Indian government and the Indian Railways have taken up from 3 months, 6 months perspective. This is going to be work in progress for the next 3 to 5 years, or maybe more. So we like Titagarh rail systems in defense. Uh, I don't know whether you read it or not. I'm sure you would have definitely, Sakshi. Ministry of Defense and Honorable Raksha Mantri Shriman Rajnath Singh ji has made policy changes for enabling ease of doing business with respect to defense, make in India, made in India, and of course for export market. So, and this has actually opened up much more positivity for the entire defense pack, whether it is going to be a public sector company or a private sector company. And I have always been maintaining that have a 3 year, 5 year kind of perspective. That's when you will actually make money that you deserve if you eventually understand and decide to invest in defense sector. I still maintain that. I think this we are just sitting at the cusp of a huge outperformance from the defense sector, and I am 100% sure that on fallback of order book, not only from the domestic market but overseas market, top line, bottom line, and the earnings per share (EPS) is going to move upwards north. And Similar is the view, Sakshi, for cap goods engineering and power.
Okay, fantastic. All right, viewers, time now to, have you all listen to the top industrialists as they appreciate Prime Minister Narendra Modi, share their wishes on his birthday, and of course, share their own Modi story. Up on your screens next.
Every year he would want to go to a new country, explore and learn. And in many occasions, he would talk about his experiences there. His attention to detail, his focus on execution, and his ability to think in an inclusive manner were very clear to me. A relentless hunger, in a way, for wanting India to become developed.
He's also a very keen listener. So if he asks you a question, he will very patiently listen to what you have to say, absorb it. You also need to be well prepared before you meet him, because if you get the wrong fact, then he will immediately catch on to it.
गुजरात के चीफ मिनिस्टर के टाइम पे वो पहले चीफ मिनिस्टर थे जिन्होंने डिजिटल माध्यम को उसकी पावर को समझा। तो उस वक्त टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी एडवांस नहीं थी, तो उन्होंने सारे पंचायत गुजरात के जितने भी उनके विलेजेस थे, सारी पंचायतों को उन्होंने वीसैट के ज़रिए, उस वक्त सैटेलाइट के ज़रिए, मैं बहुत पुरानी बात कर रहा हूँ, सबको जोड़ा ताकि अपने ऑफिस से बैठ के सारे विलेजेस से उनका कांटेक्ट बन सके, सब पंचायत से बात कर सकें, मुखियाओं से बात कर सकें, और जो उनकी इश्यूज़ थे एग्रीकल्चर के, छोटे व्यवसायों के, उसको वो अटेंड कर सकें।
All right, viewers. So those were the top industrialists. Mr. Uday Kotak, founder and director of Kotak Mahindra Bank. We have Kumar Mangalam Birla, the chairman of Aditya Birla Group, and of course Sunil Bharti Mittal, founder and chairman of Bharti Enterprises, sharing their own stories as to how they've appreciated the work done by Prime Minister Modi. Let's now shift focus to the markets and see how they've opened. 25,300 right at the open, viewers. So we've pulled up higher, almost 68 points up in trade as far as the Nifty is concerned. And when you look at the markets, it's across the board, a broad-based rally that you're seeing across the board today. Real estate is the one index that's ticking higher. With about 0.5% gains, the top moving one. You have FMCG, IT, oil and gas also ticking upwards in trade, even the broader market, small caps and mid caps. But let's also look at the Nifty Bank. Remember, yesterday, this index really pulled up in shape, and of course, that led to this recovery in the markets as well from day before yesterday's move on the downside. You're also looking at the Nifty Bank, private banks, all of them holding up. Top movers on the Nifty, Tata Consumer Products, you have 3.5% up move on that one. Coal India up by 1.5%. Ultratech Cement over 1% gains. BEL and Tata Motors among those top movers on the Nifty. Any draggers? Yes, we have about 3 to 4 names that are dragging, but most of the market breadth is still on the positive side. So Adani Ports, Wipro, Eicher Motors and Bharti Airtel seeing some profit taking at this point in time. What's happening on the PSU front? Again, a 0.5% uptick on the PSU index. Coal India, BEL, RVNL, BPCL, NTPC, BHEL, these are all the names that are ticking higher in trade. What's happening on the Nifty 500 names as well? Anything that needs attention at this point in time, we will definitely come to it. This space will also throw up a lot of names. Remember, yesterday, a lot of names from the PSU basket, from the textile basket, they continued to move up in tandem. Today, it's Huhtamaki India that's up by about 7% in trade. You have also very far and few between names that I can actually take today, but we'll come back to it maybe. But 25,300, and that's where we are at, and Gaurang had already mentioned that 25,500 this week or next week is going to be seen. Gaurang, how do you see the opening?
Well, we are heading towards a very crucial mark as well, Sakshi, 25,300, 25,350. But I think this time we are possibly positioning ourselves to take that off. I hope there is no there is no problem as far as domestic triggers are concerned. Issues that we have to deal with right now is only to deal with the international news flows. So I think if we manage to cross over decisively on a closing basis, 25,350 or 25,375, then I think the move towards the level that I mentioned, 25,500, will come sooner rather than later.
Okay, that's the expectation there then. Let me now pull up some of the other sectors that also warrant our attention right now. I wanted to understand on the real estate and the infra basket as well. Gaurang, what's your sense? We've been seeing some pickup take place over the last couple of sessions. What's the hope here? And, is this a theme that will again play smart now?
So in my earlier, the opening remarks, the show, Sakshi, I mentioned a couple of sectors. Just now I mentioned about cement. If we are positive about cement, then it gives us no reason why we should be underweight on real estate, because real estate is absolutely the second largest consumer of cement, whatever is produced in our country. And of course, along with that, I was listening into the management of L&T and some of the other cap goods engineering companies speaking on private capex visible at ground level. That means companies have started to spend on private capex. We heard the Maruti management and couple of other, because of the GST cut, the kind of demand that is going to come into the entry level and mid-size sedans or cars, passenger vehicles, they will need to ramp up their capex. So if corporate India is going to ramp up for capex, then they are definitely going to need more infrastructure to produce more, right? So you need to be positive on metals. You need to be positive on cement. Cement, more importantly, because of governments at center, government at state level spending. So, and of course, real estate, you mentioned real estate, I'll give you certain names. DLF, And I believe where you are, Sakshi, Delhi NCR region, there was an in principle approval for high-rise towers, which had actually triggered a huge rally in companies like Anantraj and DLF, etc. So we are positive, absolutely, on the real estate pact. My only request to your viewers or investors, Sakshi, would be that don't buy anything and everything in real estate because that's still a high beta sector. We are positive on DLab, we are positive on Godrej Properties, Shobha Limited, Oberoi Realty, Prestige Estates, to name a few. In the cement pack, we have coverage on all three verticals: large cap, mid cap, small cap. So I'll start from the bottom of the pyramid. Sagar Cement and Novoco Vista from the small cap universe. In the mid cap cement, we are positive on Ramco and Dalmia Bharat. I believe Dalmia Bharat today, some brokerage, foreign brokerage or institute has given a thumbs up with a higher target. And in the large cap universe, Ultratech, ACC, Ambuja, the three big players. So we remain. There is a possibility, Sakshi, that possibly by this end of this year or early next year, cement bag prices are going to move upwards north, provided there is no cartelization.
Absolutely. Let me just read out that brokerage report that you've been, mentioning also, Gaurang. This is CLSA that's come out with a report on cement today. They've upgraded Ultratech Cement to high conviction, outperform, and raised the target price to 14,700. They've upgraded Shree Cement to an outperform, raised the target price to 33,500. On Ramco, again, they have upgraded the stock to hold with a target price of 1,045. On Ambuja Cements, they've maintained an outperform with a target price of 670, and on Dalmia also they've maintained an outperform with a target price of 2650. They do believe that they are looking at these stocks becoming more constructive as an uptick in profitability and estimated upgrades as far as the companies are concerned on the back of pricing discipline and elimination of the coal cess is concerned as well. They also believe Ultratech is best placed to benefit from these cost savings initiatives and the organic capacity expansion as well. So that's also one report that you could definitely keep an eye out on as well. But among the stocks that we will mark out, as far as the markets are concerned, one stock which I wanted to mark out is One MobiKwik Systems. Now, viewers, remember, MobiKwik has actually lost about 40 odd crore rupees in the last 48 hours because of a fraud that's taken place. And this is as regards to some glitch or a technical glitch that has allowed siphoning off about 40 odd crore rupees in 2 days. Some people have been, and 5 lakh rupee UPI transactions have taken place as well, and therefore this entire glitch has cost a lot to MobiKwik. This breach was occurred between September 11 and 12. That's something that you should be definitely keeping an eye out on. Remember, the fraud has come to light after the arrest of 6 men whose accounts contained of 9 lakh rupees of this stolen money as well. And uncannily, this is the second time that this has happened to MobiKwik as well. In October 2017, the company was alleged with similar defrauding of about 19 odd crore rupees, with the money moving out to thousands of personal bank accounts as well. So that's something that MobiKwik is going to be in focus for. Gaurang, how do you look at these new age tech frauds that are increasing by the day, and with this of course general people at this point in time who are now getting accustomed to use UPI transaction more and more in their lives and letting go of the cash transactions completely, how should they be viewing this at this point?
This is one of the big reasons why we are positive on IT, Sakshi, because you are going to have new challenges. This is an evolving sector, both in terms of technology and coming out with new ideas in terms of newer ways to fraud somebody. But if I heard you right, this is the second instance. So I think this is something it's definitely serious, Sakshi. The companies should definitely wake up and smell the coffee. But I mean, since we are talking about MobiKwik, I believe our research team had given a subscribe to the IPO when it was there. Currently, we don't have a coverage. But your question on new age technology companies and IT companies. So, these challenges are going to multiply. And I hope and I pray that the statement made by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, I think it was last year or year before, that all the countries in the world should come together to form a framework within which the AI is going to be operated. Artificial intelligence, if it is used wisely, it is a blessing. If it is not used wisely and in other terms, then it is going to be a curse and it can create a havoc in the entire world. So these are, and to counter these kind of attacks, I think you will definitely need platforms and products and services of IT sector to upgrade your IT environment so that your customers are not uncomfortable using those platforms or products or services. And of course, there is this positivity about this rate cut, I think late evening or tomorrow morning when we come to know about what the Honorable Fed Chair and of course Mr. Powell has decided and what is his outlook in terms of future rate cuts. I think IT sector is going to be in the spotlight for good reasons. I do concur with the fact, Sakshi, having said that second quarter may be painful for some companies. Third quarter would be a little bit more painful for very few companies. But post that, with a 1.5 year plus kind of time horizon, the valuation at which IT companies are trading, I think it definitely calls for some attention.
Okay, calls for attention on the IT space. Let me also welcome our other guest on the panel as well. We have with us Kiran Jani now joining in on the platform. He's the head of technical research at Jain Broking. Good morning to you, Kiran. Good to have you with us. How are you looking at the opening? 25,300. Smile is back on your face.
Very good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. So overall, if you look at the market, last week also we discussed somewhere around when market was trading in between a range of 24,700 to 600. That market has created intermediate bottom, and we can expect a 25,100, 200 kind of a level in upcoming time.
Okay.
Now, from that level, we can see on daily price chart of Nifty that double bottom pattern has been broken out after today's opening. So any dips toward 25,100, 25,200 would be the great buy. Keep a strict stop loss below 25,000. Sorry. If 25,000 is not breaking down, then we can expect price target of 25,700, 800 at least by October end. So overall chart pattern looks very much promising. No doubt today Fed policy and everything has been there. So use this volatility. Any dips towards 25,100 would be the great buy. Again, I'm repeating, keep a strict stop loss below 25,000. And you can expect price target of 25,700, 800 for sure. Coming to the Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty has a steep resistance of 55,000. Today market opened above 55,000, and now it is sustaining also. So today's closing for Bank Nifty is very much important. If 55,000 on closing basis hold, then we can expect this rally to continue towards 56,000 for sure. So for Bank Nifty, we are just in mode of wait and watch. Today's closing is important. If it is closing above 55,000, we can go aggressive long on Bank Nifty also. Within Bank Nifty, we discuss about the PSU banks, and we can see State Bank from 810 to 830. We are still expecting this rally to continue. So keep an eye on SBI. It is our favorite pick amongst the Bank Nifty.
Okay, fair point. That's the view that has been shared. Coming back to you, Gaurang, secondary markets we've discussed quite a bit. What about the primary market space? Three, listings that we're going to be seeing: Urban Company, Shringar Mangal Sutra, and Dev Accelerator. Your sense of how are you looking at these newer IPOs? Will there be an opportunity? Because these IPOs were subscribed by a massive amount, all of them. And, the grey market premium is also indicating to a listing gain. But for those who did not get, what's the sense in the listed market space?
Well, honestly, Sakshi, these three names you not covered recently. They were there.
Okay.
The last we covered was Vikram Engineering, and it's been the history after that. So my only request to all your viewers is that don't get swayed away. Don't treat all papers with a single thumb rule. Each paper that comes in via IPO has a different story to tell you. Try to understand that story, especially with respect to valuation and what kind of business and what kind of management it is.
Okay, fair point. Thank you so much then, Gaurang, for being with us on the show and helping us with all your insights. Time flies by when you share with us such wonderful insights, and I'm sure all our viewers appreciate all of that. Thank you so much for being with us.
It's always an honor and a pleasure, Sakshi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, Kiran, let's start by understanding some of the other momentum stocks at this point in time from the Nifty 500 basket. Textile stocks are again on the buzz. Remember that phone call yesterday from Donald Trump or this morning, to Prime Minister Modi on wishing his, as far as greetings are concerned on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 75th birthday, and of course talking positively about the negotiations and, of course, the bilateral relations that both the countries share. What exactly is your thought on these export-oriented names? There is some hope that there will be progressive talks on trade going forward. We are seeing all of them up in trade. Look at Wellspun Living, 6.5% higher. Gokul Das Exports pull up even, names like KPR Mill, for instance. You're also looking at a lot of other names. I think even those leather exporters like Mirza International, they're also all up in trade. How are you looking at all of this basket?
So we are not supposed to speculate on the news that whether this tariff headwinds are supposed to be ended today or tomorrow. It is better we should focus on the companies which are doing very good fundamentally, and also we can keep a check on the chart price. So if you look at the chart price of Arvind Fashion and Gokuldas Export, both are looking very good. Now there is a one more thing, that we are a very big and one of the biggest country in the world, considering the consumption. So the most of the world's part of the world countries are coming to our country to sell their products. So we don't worry about our product, that whether we are producing X thing and it is not going to consume by X country. But we have enough demand in our country only. So let it be about this tariff news. Now coming back to the chart pattern, Arvind Fashion looks very much promising at current market price. The fresh breakout of cup and handle pattern we can see that current market price or any dips towards 550 would be the great opportunity for Arvind Fashion. Keep a very strict stop loss of 520. I mean, if 520 is not broken down, then we can expect price target of 650 also. So Arvind Fashion looks very good. Now coming to the export oriented, Gokuldas Export. The day this tariff news started, we can see that prices started trading into the falling channel. Today the price is trading above its 50 days and 20 days moving average. With that, you can see on intraday charts there are a steep support of 800 rupee. Number one, number two, multiple positive divergence available on daily price chart. So recent bottom, which is created somewhere around 700, it's look like a short-term bottom, and we are not expecting that to be broken down in upcoming time. So at current market price, you can go long on Gokuldas Export also. Having a strict stop loss of 750. If 750 is not touched, then we can expect Gokuldas Export to reclaim 1000 level again. So Gokuldas Export and Arvind Fashion both are looks very much promising at current market price. Definitely one can go long.
Okay, definitely one can go long. We'll keep an eye out on that one as well. Let me also pull up some of the other key sectors and stocks that warrant attention. You know, Gaurang, before he left, he was talking about the IT space, and he said that this is the time now to shift back attention on the IT pack. The IT index has now climbed to the top spot again. 0.9% of gains that are being seen there. As far as IT names are concerned, some of the top movers are TCS, HCL Tech, Infosys, Tech Mahindra. They're all moving up with smart moves at this point in time. The IT index has climbed to the day's high point. Kiran, IT stocks, time to now start building up your positions on the IT space?
So if you remember last week when we discussed,
Yes.
we rated our view on Infosys, and we also
Yes.
discussed about the IT also. Now first let's discuss about the IT index. If
Buyback.
you, the index is trading above its 50 and 20 days moving average. On intraday price chart, we can see there is a cup and handle pattern breakout on IT indices. So on aggressive turns, if IT index is holding 35,600 level, then we can expect this index to touch 38,000 in very sooner. Considering this chart pattern, Infosys is our on radar since it was trading somewhere around 1460, 1450. We ask our client also and associate also to go long at that particular price. Today the price is 1520. The prices is reclaim is 20 and 50 days moving average. We are still hoping and we are still re-rating our view to go long on Infosys at current market price. As an aggressive trade, keep a fixed stop loss below 1500, and you can expect price target of 1600 very soon. So Infosys is our on radar. Number two, if you look at the Q4 chart pattern, that is also very promising chart pattern. Within the IT or within the mid-cap IT, you can see Coforge is the only stock which is trading above its all important moving averages. So it's an inherent strength we can see on Coforge also. So you can go long Coforge at current market price 1800 is running. If you look at the intraday price chart, there is a ascending triangle pattern breakout is there. So one can go long on Coforge. Aggressive bet you can take with the strict stop loss of 1750. And you can expect price target of 1900 very soon. So Coforge is also look promising within the IT. But keep an eye that today is there is going to be a Fed policy. So volatility will be there, and you should complement this volatility and buy on dips for sure.
Buy on dips for sure. That's the strategy that you need to adopt. But viewers, like you know, from the beginning of the show today, we've been constantly marking how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is receiving all the appreciations and wishes from, industrialists at large. And now we have top cabinet ministers also sharing their wishes on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 75th birthday for you to hear out as to what they have to say, from Amit Shah to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and also Piyush Goyal, our Commerce Minister. Everybody is sharing their own heartfelt wishes. Let's listen into what they had to say.
एक बार मैं उनके साथ अहमदाबाद से राजकोट जाता था तो 8:30 हो गए। मोदी जी आमतौर पर कार्यकर्ता के घर पर उस वक्त भोजन करते थे, मगर अचानक ही एक हमारे कार्यकर्ता का ढाबा है सूर्य नगर में, वहाँ पर गाड़ी रोका और जाकर खाने बैठे। मैं मनोमन बोला चलो भाई अच्छा हो गया, इनको भूख भी लगी तो हमें भी आज खाना मिल जाएगा। मैंने देखा उन्होंने कुछ फल और वेफर जैसा कुछ खाया थोड़ा, और मैंने पेट भरकर खा लिया। फिर रात को मैंने सोचा कि इन्होंने तो खाया ही नहीं, तो गाड़ी किसके लिए खड़ा रहा? गाड़ी साथी कार्यकर्ता के लिए खड़ा। इस प्रकार से कई सारे कार्यकर्ताओं के जीवन में बोले बगैर ढेर सारी चीजों को उन्होंने सिखाया है।
तो किस देश का प्रधानमंत्री आपकी चिंता करेगा कि आपका गला ठीक करना है? 2 नुस्खे नहीं चले तो तीसरा नुस्खा बताएगा, और अगले दिन आपको टीचर भी भेजेगा।
Which was my first budget speech. It was a 2.5-hour budget speech, and I didn't know it's going to take so long, but never mind, I hadn't had water before coming, and during the session also I didn't drink, and I was dehydrated. People wondered what was wrong with me, and slowly I had to sit down without reading, let's say 4-5 paragraphs which were left over, and said, Honorable Speaker, please take it as read. I can't read it. I wouldn't have reached home. There was a call from PM saying, what have you done? Why? Take care of yourself. But he said that and kept the phone down. But he had sent his personal doctor, to take care of me. And said, no, you will be sure, do all the necessary tests and check her up and see if she's all right. And after that, periodically, even today, he reminds me, are you taking care of yourself? What is it?
All right, so there were the best wishes coming in from across the cabinet, top ministers talking about, their heartfelt notes there for the Prime Minister. Let's get back to the markets now. Kiran is with us. Kiran, what do you think on the markets? What else is sticking apart from the ones that we've already discussed? We've discussed IT, we've discussed the export-oriented names that are again back in action. What else is appealing to you at this stage?
Auto is again catching the eye. No doubt, auto has given a very good rally, but after that, again, auto is catching eye. And within the auto, we are liking four-wheeler stocks. And there is a one contra bet available that is Tata Motor. Last week, again, I wanted to re-rate Tata Motor. We discussed somewhere around 680, 690. From that, now it is trading above 700. Stock price is above its 200 is moving average also. Since couple of months, we have seen that auto indices has done very good. If you look at the Nifty auto, it has reclaimed its previous level from lower level. It was trading somewhere around 23,500 in August month. Today it is 27,300. So almost a 4,000 point rally on auto. But if you look at Tata Motor within that particular time, it was trading at 690 and today is 720 only. So not decent rally we have seen on Tata Motor. So there is a contra bet. Second thing, the festival season are coming and there is a two tailwinds. GST cuts is one more tailwinds is there because we already have a income tax cut which is going to be positive news for the discretionary spending, and now there is a GST cut. So these both things are definitely going to get eyes on these four-wheeler stocks. Maruti doing very good, Hyundai is doing very good, M&M is doing good since last 2 years. Tata Motors were doing good after touching or after making all-time high of 1200. it fell down to 600 level, which is almost a 50% correction. And now it is recovering from that particular level. Stock price after almost, you can say, October 2020, 24. First time price is trading above its 200 days moving average. So multiple positive things we are seeing on Tata Motor. It is a contra, but it has not given any kind of a performance, and now we are expecting a good big performance should come on Tata Motor. So at current market price, you go long. There is a ascending triangle pattern breakout at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 690, and you can expect price target of in short term it is a 800, and for the long term there is a 900 kind of a target we are expecting. So if you are okay to hold 3 to 4 months, definitely Tata Motor at current market price you can go long. One more sector which we are liking, that is a pharma. Pharma is also taking lead now. You look at Sun Pharma, Cipla, Lupin, those are looking very good. Even Nifty Sun Pharma index is also giving a breakout from ascending triangle pattern. If the index is keep sustaining about 22,300, then we can expect this indices to touch 24,000 also. So within the pharma, there is a large cap pharma like Sun Pharma, Cipla is there, but we are liking laboratory stocks also, like Dr. Lal Path we have discussed last week. It is trading somewhere around 3200. Today the prices is trading at lower low, but overall chart pattern is very good. There is a cup and handle pattern breakout, so one can go long Dr. Lalpat at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 3160. If price is not breaking down that particular level, then again you can expect 35, 3600 kind of a target on Dr. Lalpat also. So pharma, auto catching the eyes after the banks and the ITs.
Okay, got that. Let me now pull up a few stocks from the small caps basket as well to see, where attention can be taken to at this point in time. Remember, the space has been on focus from the last couple of sessions. Welspun we marked out. IFCI is up by 4.5%. Garden Reach Shipbuilders 4% higher from the defense space. Ramco is higher from the cement basket. Tata Chemicals, IEX is also moving up. Zen Technologies is another one. Credit Access Grameen is also moving up pretty smartly in trade. So those are some of the stocks that are actually buzzing from the small caps basket. Let me also pull up some mid cap names at this stage in time as well to see where the momentum is shifting at this point. From the IT pack, again, we have Persistent, we have AB Fashion and Retail. Remember, the Aditya Birla Fashion Retail Company has talked about launching a brand owned, which is more to cater to the Gen Z space, so completely competing with Trent now. Remember, Trent had been riding high in 2024 on the back of expansion of Zudio, which is a brand that caters to the Gen Z audiences. Same way, Aditya Birla Fashion is also now talking about how they are moving forward with Owned as a brand, fashion brand for Gen Z and the trend conscious consumers as well. So that's also pulling up. Cochin Shipyard is high. Again, the shipbuilder names that are up and about. Solar Industries is up. RVNL is up. Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders, Bharat Dynamics. I think the defense space is clearly taking it away. Your thought, Kiran, on the defense names, especially these shipbuilder names that are now pulling up yet again?
So yes, definitely. Last time also we discussed, again I'm rereading
Yes.
in every comment that last time we discussed, but we actually discussed about Cochin Shipyard and GRSC. If you look at both stock prices are doing very good. Cochin Shipyard had moved from 1640 to now 1870, 1816. The stock price has a resistance of 100 days moving average, but overall chart pattern looks very much promising. Double bottom pattern breakout somewhere around 1700. So we expect this rally to keep continue. So anyone is holding this particular stock, they can hold. Any dips toward 1800, you can go long. Now you have to trail your stop loss to 1715. If 1715 hold, then we can expect price to touch 2100 in very short time. So Cochin Shipyard looks very much promising at current market price. Sorry, at current market price. GRSC has not moved. So if any new user or any new viewer wants to buy, they can go long on GRSC at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss of 2300. If 2300 is not touched, then we can expect GRSC to move above 3000 for sure. So GRSC looks very much promising at current market price. Low risk trade is available. And you ask about the one sector. So there is the entertainment sector. PVR is
Yeah.
left out. If you look at the PVR, I'm re-rating these stocks and we are liking this stock very much. We have recommended to all our client and associates. So that is for the disclaimer point of view, and we are holding our family portfolio also. If you look at the PVR chart pattern, there is a big rounding bottom pattern which developed since 2025 started. So almost 9 months of this rounding bottom pattern is getting breakout. After December 2024, first time PVR is trading above its all important moving averages. the way festival seasons are coming, and there is a factor also. Every time we have seen from October to August to October, PVR has a very good time because the festival season and big budget movies are coming. So considering these 2 point technical and fundamentally or a factoral basis, PVR look very much promising. A very low risk trade is available at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss of 1080, and definitely you can expect price target of 1300 to 1400 for sure. So at least you don't want to invest, but whenever you go PVR to watch the movie, buy at least a share of that amount.
Okay, fair point. First half an hour of the trade is done, viewers, and we are holding above the 25,300 odd mark. Slight profit taking at the highest point is what we have, but we're still holding up above that 25,330 odd level right now. 90 points of an uptick is what we see. Kiran, your sense, again, it's, we always talk about Wednesdays as the sandwich day between the Nifty expiry and the Sensex expiry tomorrow. How are you looking at this day to pan out now that we've climbed above 25,300? Will it sustain? And between Nifty and Nifty Bank, if you could suggest to us, what's your top thought?
See, overall, since it is a sandwich day, apart from that, there is a Fed policies also there. So viewers or trader must be cautious at current market price. No doubt, the chart patterns look very much promising. If you discuss about the Nifty, it has given a breakout of double bottom pattern. So we are expecting this momentum to keep going up. But Nifty has started this rally since last 10 days, and we generally seen after having a rally of 10 to 13 days, we generally find a reversal also. So momentum indicator again getting on intraday point of view, momentum indicator getting into the overbought zone. So be cautious, don't overload your position. Wait for the dip, and we expect definitely there will be the dip of 25,100 to 200 where you can enter. So at current market price, we are not suggesting to go long, but wait for the dip for the Nifty. 25,100, 25,200 would be the great zone. Keep a strict stop loss below 25,000, and you can expect price target of 25,600, 700 for next 10 to 20 days. Coming to the Bank Nifty again, 55,000 is a very good support. Since morning, it is trading in height of high bottom pattern only. So keep a strict stop loss of 55,000. If 55,000 is not broken down, then you can expect 56,000 kind of a target by this September end. So both the indices looks very much promising, but wait for the dip for the fresh buy.
Okay, fair point. Viewers, keep an eye out on the rupee as well. Remember, from the record lows, this rupee has actually improved about 75 paise, currently trading at 87.7 odd levels. So there is some strengthening that's continuing on the rupee as well. We'll keep an eye out on that too. But there are some stocks that need attention at this point in time on the downside as well, while we are focusing on a lot about the gains at this point because the markets are up and about. Look at Dreamfolk Services. The stock has fallen 5% after domestic airport lounge business exit as well. Remember, this move just comes days after Travel Food Services terminated its contract with Dreamfolks, which had been acting as one of the aggregators for the bank and the networks to provide lounge access across several of its lounges as well. Now, airport services aggregator Dreamfolks has now exited the domestic airport lounges business with immediate effect. The stock in response is now 5% lower in trade. The company has informed the stock exchanges after market closing hours yesterday that the access to domestic airport lounges for its clients had been discontinued effective today, adding that the impact of this development is going to be material as well. However, other domestic services including global lounge business will continue to as usual as well. But they've reiterated that the contracts with the clients still remain active and they are in discussions with alternate customer value propositions that are in progress at this point in time as well. But definitely not a good news that's coming in from Dreamfolks. Kiran, this stock had been in focus for the last couple of months and had been reacting negatively to a lot of news flows that were coming in. One, a lot of competition is increasing in the space that Dreamfolks is in at this point in time. And plus, we had been not seeing any improvement in the earnings for last many quarters on this company as well. How are you looking at Dreamfolks for those who still have the stock in their portfolio, since the company has themselves reiterated that shutting down their domestic lounge business will have a material impact? What should they do?
See, honestly speaking, the overall chart pattern looks very much negative at current market price. You can see previously stock price made a bottom of 130 and then there is a one spike towards 160, 150. Now 130 would be the extreme support for the Dreamfolks at current market price, and price is already at lower circuit at somewhere around 131 only. So anyone who's holding, it is request to exit at current market price, because technically it's look very much damaged and we can expect prices to keep falling if price is going below 130. So it is not advisable to hold this particular stock and wait for the bottom fishing also. So exit would be the preferred strategy at current market price.
Okay, so exit is the clear call that's coming in on Dreamfolks. If you have the stock in your portfolio, the charts are looking negative, the news flow is negative, better to pull out your money and shift to a better stock at this point in time. Kiran, any suggestion on the key stocks that you would be advising investors at this point as well?
So PVR, as we discussed, at current market price, so that is our top pick, one thing. Another thing is that we like Tata Motor. So Tata Motor and PVR, both is our preferred pick at current market price. Both you can go long and hold at least for 3 to 4 months for sure, and you will see some a good amount of return on both the stock.
Okay, fair point. Understood that. Thank you so much then for being with us, Kiran, and for sharing all your thoughts as far as the markets are concerned, the strategies to be followed on the index level, and of course the key stock ideas that you have shared about as well. Viewers, let's actually look at the primary market action now. Urban Company has settled at 162.25 rupees per share vis-a-vis the issue price of 103 rupees. So there is a substantial uptick as far as the new listing gains are concerned for Urban Company today. That's the IPO that we were all watching out for. Remember, the grey market premium was already indicating a smart move, and the Urban Company shares have settled at 162 rupees as against the issue price of 103 rupees as far as NSE is concerned. So that's the clear view that we are looking at. Remember, we'll be continuing to show you some visuals if we have from the NSE as well, as the new listing is about to take place. Right now, they have settled, the prices have settled in the pre-open trade, but soon we are going to be seeing at 10 a.m. as to what the final listing price is. For now, 162 rupees is what we are given to understand that Urban Company will get listed at, as is being indicated from the pre-open trade, as against the issue price of 103. So those who have been IPO allottees are in for smart listing gains on day one of Urban Company. You can clearly see visuals on your screens coming in from the NSE live as they are waiting for hitting the opening bell at 10 a.m. to see where the listing takes place as well. We'll leave you with that visual, viewers, and of course you can continue to stay tuned at Business Today television as we continue to share with you what exactly is the final listing price, and of course all the market moves that you need to track for the day as well. Remember, throughout the course of the day, we will also keep getting you all the highlights from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 75th birthday as we celebrate that on Business Today television as well. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Despite all words by President Trump and imposing a 50% tariff on India, finally the negotiation talks begins in Delhi. When we see, sir, that US team is here, now the negotiation talks begin. And you were quite hopeful that September mid, perhaps there will be talks. Is it heading towards a final conclusion which brings a positive towards